Hello. Sorry, I have to go from downstairs to upstairs between these two periods, so it's kind of a lot. Oh boy. That's weird. All right. Those of you who are here, we are ready to go. If you can please turn on your cameras so that I can count you as present. And then if you need to turn them off again in order to hear or see me better, you can. I just need to see you briefly. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate how quickly you guys do that for me. Thank you. Excellent, excellent, Jasmine. Kennedy and Emily are getting in now. All right. Desiree's here now. So I'm going to give you guys about 10 minutes to sort of finalize your presentations. Now, the plan is that you'll present them and then I'll give you feedback so that you can edit them. And based on my feedback, submit them by midnight tonight and get the best grade that you can, okay? So if I give you some feedback, like let's say I've been giving a lot of feedback of there's like a lot of text on these slides, then you can divide that up, you know, and easily that's an easy fix that can get you a few extra points. If you don't feel like you need to edit anything or you don't want to, then you know you don't have to, but it does just give you the opportunity to do just a few little things and, get some easy credit back. So, like I said, I'll give you about 10 minutes to do that. Would you like to be in breakout rooms, or do you just want to work in your Google Docs or however you're going to present it? It's up to you. Someone can tell me in the chat. Work in Google Docs. I have one breakout room, one vote for work in Google Docs. Who else has an opinion? Docs, says Natalie. Okay. Anybody else have a strong feeling one way or the other? Zachary would like to work in a breakout room. Okay. So I will go ahead and put you in your breakout rooms, and then if you don't need to use it, don't. So let me grab that real quick for you. And then, like I said, you'll have 10 minutes just to sort of make it look as nice as you want to. And we will get going on the presentations. Please make sure to send me a link so that I can either, if you want me to be the one to present it, send me a link. If you want to share your screen and present it, then that's also fine with me. I don't really care either way. I just want you to do it in a way that you're comfortable with. I think we have lost a couple of people because I know that they were here and now I don't see them. So one thing I also want you to do is to make sure, present the slides that you were responsible for and or put your name on those slides, okay? All right. Okay, some of the people who got kicked are getting back now, which is good. All right, so there you go. 10 minutes starts now. Enjoy. If you don't need to use your break room, you don't have to. Just go in there and then you can work on the slides. Jasmine, I need you to go to your breakout room, please. Hey, Leah, I'm giving you another 10 minutes just to sort of finalize your presentations. So I'm going to put you in your group now. Paige, you okay?
I was in the wrong group.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm in
It's
Evelyn
Brenda.
and Jesse's group
Oh,
in Monster.
I apologize. Let me.
It's okay.
Okay. There you go. And then there you go, Aaliyah. Did it change it for you, Paige?
No, not yet.
That's weird. See in the bottom part, if you can go to click breakout rooms and see if it'll like take you there.
I see it now. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, Desiree. Oh, okay. Hey, Jasmine, give me a second and I will put you in your group.
Sorry, I was helping my sister with her homework, so I couldn't be on camera. But I
Okay.
was on camera, but wasn't in the frame.
Okay. All right. I'm going to put you in your room. Okay. There you go. Hello, Elijah. How are you?
Hey, Dr. Sawatsky, I was trying to get my computer to work and it was messing up, but I finally got it to work.
All right. Well, I'm glad to see you. Let me get you in your group. They're finishing up the last little bit on their presentations. Okay.
Alright, well, I'll help them and then I guess I'll present since I wasn't here, you know.
All right. I will assign you. There you go. I did the wrong thing. I was supposed to bring Elijah to you and instead I came in myself, but that's okay. You guys have any questions? You doing okay? I'm gonna give you just a couple more minutes. All right.
All right.
Okay. Excellent. Hello. I will get you in your groups, but we only have a couple more minutes left. Okay. Leah is going to 2 and Saeed is going to 1. There you go.
Wait, am I able to talk to you real quick?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. So I realized that we have like a project and
Yeah.
stuff to do. And I also looked over the exit ticket and then it says that attach a file to the project. But like
Right.
I haven't did it yet because I had stuff going on with my grandpa.
Okay.
And it was he passed away on the 13th and stuff. And his funeral was just Friday. So now I'm kinda like just calming down now, but I haven't had a chance to do the project.
Okay. So what I would want you to do then is to do an alternative assignment. Did we talk about this?
No.
Okay. So what I would like you to do then instead is to do the synopsis part of the project and write a synopsis of the play. Okay. And submit that, email that to me. Okay. And I can give you until the 6th. So you'll have 1 week to do that so that I can get it in for the quarter. Okay.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
that way you don't have to do the whole project by yourself. You just have to do the synopsis.
Do you have like the play? Is it on Schoology?
And the play is not on Schoology, but it is public domain. So let me get you.
And do I just write like what is it about and all
Yeah, I
that
want
in
you to
there?
write what it's about. And I would like you to put in like the stasis, the initiating event, that we've talked about. Okay.
So I can just write it down. And
Yep.
Take a picture and just email you it.
Just why don't you just type it up and email it to me?
Okay.
And I just sent you a link to a free version of the play.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So I made a note of that too. So you won't see a grade come up. Okay. I'm not going to put in a 50. You just won't have a grade there until I get your paper. Okay.
Okay. And I
Right.
noticed I'm like filling your class. So
Uh-huh.
can I just do like all the missing assignments today? And
Yep.
then-
You gotta, yep. If you can get them all in.
okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so we're waiting to get just a few more people back. And then if you want to send me a link to your presentation and have me present it, and you can just, or have me do the share screen, we can do that. Or if you have somebody who wants to share their screen, we can do that too, okay? So, any volunteers to go first? Anyone feel just like pumped about their play?
Wait, are we like, what are we saying if we go?
I just want you to go through your presentation for me. So talk about, the summary, the reviews. And then I'll give you some feedback, and then it will be due at midnight tonight, finally. Okay, Sean, that's terrible. So if we have a group volunteer, that's great. If not, I'll just pick one.
I guess my group can go first,
Okay.
just so we can get it out the way.
Okay. Do you want to share your screen, or do you want to send me a link so that I can share it?
I'll send you a link.
Okay, wonderful. Are you going to email it to me, Paige, or are you going to put it in the chat? Oh, there we go. All right, wonderful. Thank you very much, Paige. Okay, so we're going to start with Miss Julie by August Strenberg. So let me share this one for you. All right, so here we are. Very excited. And let's begin. Woo!
Okay. So basically, the summer is kind of rough because I had to like fix it, but the play Miss Julie takes place in the kitchen of the Count's Manor House on a midsummer's eve. There are three main characters: Miss Julie, Christine, and is it pronounced John or like actually Jean?
It's sort of in like France, right? So he's Jean, but you can pronounce it Jean.
Okay. Christine is a cook and John is her fiance. They both work for Miss Julie. In the beginning, it starts with Miss Julie coming into the kitchen to speak with John. She asks John multiple times to dance with her, but he refuses because he's engaged. Miss Julie was engaged, but her engagement fell apart. After John got tired of denying her request to dance, they decided to sit and talk. While they were talking, Miss Julie started to flirt and ask him to do weird things, and he did, which is weird. But he kept telling her to stop. After a while, John decided to kiss Miss Julie, but she wouldn't let him, and he got upset. So they went to a room. While they're in the room, Miss Julie asked John if he's ever been in love. And he tells her a story about how when he was a young boy, he fell in love with her, but after seeing her, but because their social classes were so different, he knew it wouldn't work. So he tried to kill himself. After their affair, Miss Julie brought up the idea of leaving to go open a hotel with her, and John was all for it. Long story short, John and Miss Julie had an affair, and the other servants found out and told Miss Christine, John's fiance, and she was furious. So because Christine found out, Miss Julie asked her to go with them, so all three of them would run away and open a hotel, but Christine denied. Miss Julie went back to John, and he told her that she should just kill herself, so she did.
Okay, so yes, so it does end with her suicide, right? But he basically, there's a class sort of thing that's happening here, right? Did you sort of catch on to that?
Yes.
Because she's of a higher class, and so there's this idea that since she's been having an affair, yes, Evelyn, since she's been having an affair with someone of the quote lower class, that would ruin her reputation, right? Okay, so I like how detailed this is. All right, I think you probably know that it would help a lot if this was not just a big wall of text, right? Because imagine if you were a student and this popped up. There's no way you'd be able to take notes on this, right? So maybe you could break it up over a couple of different slides, right? By like, you know, what's happening at the beginning. You could do it by like stasis, initiating action, or you could do it by sort of the acts if you wanted. But breaking this up, I think, into a couple of different slides would make it easier for the audience to read it and hear you at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. But I like the detail, okay? And you're analyzing it. You're not just repeating what is going on for us, right? You're actually putting your own voice into it, which is good. All right, good. Okay.
I didn't do this part, so.
Yeah, who did this slide? Is it someone who's not here today, maybe?
Okay, I'll just read it.
Well, that's okay. I just wanted to know. So one thing is that let's make sure that when we talk about a play, we refer to it as a play, right? Because it's not a book, okay? And then this idea of that, you know, Julie doesn't know what to do. John says to kill herself. You know, things like Goodreads, that's not going to really be like that's not really a review, right? That's anybody can put like a thing on Goodreads and say like, oh, I hated this, I loved it, right? So think about instead like putting reviews of play productions would be a good idea. And if you can find out for me or someone can find out for me who did this slide, I would appreciate it. All right, okay. Did I click through? No? Is that it? that all we've got, friends? Okay, so tell me what happened. I mean, I gave you class time to work on this, so what happened?
Well, I don't know who's supposed to do other productions, honestly. I think it was Shun and Zachary,
Okay.
but
So you divided it up and then nobody was like accountable for. Okay. All right. I'm glad that we had a really detailed summary because that really helps. Okay. So that those of you who don't get the chance to read Miss Julie at least know what it's about. But I think you probably know that this is very incomplete. By other productions, there's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of theaters that have done Miss Julie. And that's what I'm talking about. If you look up productions of Miss Julie, you're going to find tons and tons and tons of them. So let me see. Yeah, you guys can see my screen right now. Okay. So here's a production where they did Miss Julie. Look at this. And then look at this production of Miss Julie. Completely different looking from one another, right? Okay. Totally different, right? Here's a production that's from the National Theater. You know, every time this play is done, it's done in drastically different styles. All right. So if you needed more information or guidance, that's why I gave you a whole class period to work on this, right? Am I hallucinating? Did I miss that time? Today's the 29th. What class are we in even? We're in 4A, right? Okay. So on the 25th, you had the entire hour to work. So this is not acceptable. It's not acceptable that you had an entire hour. I was rotating in. I'm asking, are there any questions? And nobody's asking any. And then poor Paige shows up and she writes a whole summary by herself. Okay, let's move on. Ibsen, Chekhov, who wants to go next? Thank you, Natalie. All right, so let's move on to the world of Ibsen. All right. Okay, so we've got, okay, it's a Google Doc, that's fine. Let me share this with you. I hope that you guys are able to read it. I might have to try to zoom in a little bit more. Okay, here we go. All right, so we start with Unit 1 with the introduction. So who did this part, the introduction?
Oh, okay, I'll read it. Unit 1 Project, Hedda Gabler by Henrik Ibsen. Hedda Gabler is a play written in 1891 by Henrik Ibsen. It is a 4-act drama originally produced in Danish and premiered at the, I don't know how to pronounce this, Königliche Residenztheater in Munich, Germany. The play tells the story of a general's daughter who is frustrated with her marriage and the life she leads.
All right, great. And then we've got Isabella, who gives us a breakdown of the characters.
Characters. Hedda Tessman. Hedda Tessman, also known as Hedda Gabler, is the newlywed protagonist. Bored with life and marriage, she pursues to change her fate for the first time. Hedda is the daughter of the aristocratic General Gabler. Although she has no money, she is convinced that she is an aristocrat as well. She is manipulative during the story and complains a lot.
Okay, all right.
Jürgen Tessman. Tessman is a likable, smart, young scholar. He tries his best to make his young wife Hedda happy, but does not realize that she is manipulating him. Julian Tessman. Julian is the aunt of Jürgen Tessman. She is overall kind, and during the story, she pushes Hedda and Jürgen to have a baby. Judge Brack. Judge Brack is a friend of Hedda and Jürgen. He is of lower status and on certain occasions would visit the Tessman household. Elger Lovberg. Lovberg is Jürgen's biggest rival in the academic world. He once had a very close relationship with Hedda and has been involved in many scandals.
Why has he been in scandals? Do you remember?
I think it was because, didn't he?
It sort of depends on the translation. I don't know which one you read, but they either sort of implied that he's either an alcoholic, right, or a drug addict.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's like on the on the on or off the wagon, pretty much.
Yeah, he did run away.
Yeah.
A few times.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a summary of like all the ones that we read. So Hedda is unhappy with her marriage to her husband, who is a writer, and they go on a trip, a wedding trip, and her husband is hoping to ensure his position at a university. And the wife of Lovberg comes to visit Hedda and tells her that she's turned her husband's life around and she's helped him to stop drinking. And now he's devoted himself to his book. And Hedda's very jealous of that because she doesn't have a great relationship with her own husband. So there's a party and Hedda persuades Lovberg to drink, and he does. And he later comes to her and confesses how he's like a really big failure and how he's tried hard to stop drinking and now he's gone and drank again. So because of this, Hedda gives him a gun and she persuades him to go off and kill himself. But before that, he had a manuscript of his own book and he dropped it at that party, and Hedda found it and she burned it out of jealousy. And there are different ways that the plays end, but overall it ends with her taking her own life out of.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so here we go.
For the differences in production, the main ones I saw were in one version, Hedda ends her life because she's just so guilty for what she's done. And in another version, a government official comes and he says that he saw what gun Lovberg used to kill himself. And he says he thinks he's seen it before. And Hedda's afraid that they'll find out that it's her. So out of the fear of being caught, she just goes off and kills herself.
Okay. All right.
Okay. There it is. When Hedda Gravel was first released back in 1891, it was not a hit. It actually wasn't popular by any means. In fact, it was called, in fact, critic called Hedda Gabler the most poorly received play to date, and it and it was known for being the biggest flop in theater history. However, after many years went by and the sync finally wore off, it was acceptable. It was accepted as a notable work by S.
Okay, good.
Um, uh, Hedda Gabler was mainly written for realistic plays until his forays into modern drama. Hedda Gabler was a well-known play from the 1890s that dramatizes the experience of the title character.
Okay, and is that a quote? Because it's in quotation marks. If it is, then I want you to cite where it's from, right? So that's one thing that you guys need to add is some citations from where you got your information, okay? Okay, but overall, pretty good, okay? I sort of wish that we had some pictures here because there's some really, really cool productions of Hedda Gabler that have been done in these really, really incredible styles. Sorry, let me tell Jasmine. So that would be nice just to sort of like give that element to it, okay? So consider doing that. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I want to really quickly, before we move on, show you guys. So let's say you're looking for reviews of a play because a couple of you were like, I don't know how to find it, right? So you put in the name of the play, Miss Julie Play Productions is what I would do first. And I would look for some important ones. They're going to come up sort of at the very beginning. In fact, here, right here, from The Guardian is a review of a play where they gave it 4 out of 5 stars, right? Or you can look up Hedda Gabler reviews. And here's one for theater in Chicago. Here's one, again, The Guardian, because The Guardian reviews everything, right? Here's another one from The Guardian. So there's a version of Hedda Gabler. Okay? So that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about reviews, all right? I want you to look for what other people have written about these plays. What do you mean, Monsera? Oh, we're talking about the theater, not the playbook. Can you explain? Right, yes. That's the thing, right? Remember that a play as a literary form, right, is not truly a play until it is enacted. Okay? So I don't necessarily reviews are important in the sense that we're talking about people looking at the stage, right? Reacting to how the production is done. And maybe I didn't make that clear, right? Because it's not like book reviews that you're used to doing in English, right? Now, it's fine if your review is writing your own response to the play. You can do that. But then I want you to be sort of detailed about like, I didn't really understand this, or I really, I really felt the same way that Hedda did about George, because she's not really in love with her husband, right? Okay. All right. Last one. You guys want to share your screen, or do you want me to do this for you? Chekhov is what we're, right? Yeah. Chekhov group, do you have a presentation for me? Or do you want me to share my screen? Do you want to share your screen? I'm fine with either way. Part of this is why I gave you guys like a whole hour in class, right? Because I really wanted you to like, you know, let's say you were like, I can't find any reviews. Well, call me, right? And I can say like, oh, like, let me help you. Let me show you, right? Or if you wanted to say, write your own review, I'd be like, okay, that's great. Like, sure, here's kind of what I want you to look for, right? This is what I need you to write about. Do I have anything for Chekhov? Arnold, Isaac, Isabella. Elijah. Isaac, I can't hear you if you're talking. I'm not talking. Okay. So where's our Ibsen presentation? Someone tell me. Oh, I'm sorry, of course. Sorry, Chekhov is what I mean. Sorry, Natalie. I'm very tired. Chekhov. Chekhov is what I'm looking for. Chekhov is our last one. Thank you, Natalie. You guys can tell me like, hey, you're very tired. You're being an idiot. So Chekhov. Do you want me to present? Do you want to present the slides? Desiree was here. She disappeared. Jasmine. Where are they? Did they all just leave? Kyler, you were in that one. Gabrielle, you were in that one. What's going on? You don't have a presentation? I've been sent something. Okay. 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 All right. Thank you. Excellent. That's what I was asking for. All right. So let me share my screen here. All right. So we have The Three Sisters by Anton Chekhov. All right, go ahead. My summary.
A small Russian town at the turn of the century. Three sisters, Olga, Irina, and Masha, and their brother Andrei, live daily of their return to their former home in Moscow. Life is charming, simply, and meaningful, but for now it exists in a malaise of dissatisfaction.
Okay. What is a malaise of dissatisfaction? What is that? This is, and I hate to point you out, This is how I know that this is plagiarized. Okay, because the vocabulary doesn't make sense, right? And then when I Google, in quotes, malaise of dissatisfaction, Three Sisters 1994 Wikipedia comes up. Okay, so I would seriously consider changing this slide before you submit it by midnight tonight. All right, who did production number 1? Are they here or no?
I can read it.
Do you know who did the slide though?
I think it was, yeah, I don't know.
Nobody knows who, okay, all right, okay. Okay, so this is a pretty good example of where we see some pictures from the production. We've got a review, right? Okay. Now here's the thing though, and they note it in here, this was done in Russian, right? Which kind of makes it feel different, okay? And we've got a quote from the Washington Post. Again, you do need to cite this source, so I need a works cited, okay? So production 2, we don't have anything yet, and then our review, okay.
Brother Rule's version contains a deep-seated melancholy that emphasizes the bittersweet distance between reality and dreams. The hopes and the boredom of the Proms sisters are defiantly played out by Marcus Katz, directed by Joyce Pivens, tasteful and moving production. This is a quote by Tom Williams.
Okay, all right. So again, if this could also sort of look like the production one where we can get a picture, that would be really cool. Just to give us some context, okay? And again, then we need a works cited. All right, okay. Okay, all right. I don't want you guys to think that I mean, I understand that you guys are under a lot of stress. You've got a lot of summatives that are going on right now. I understand. However, the reason why I gave you an entire class period to work on this was to mitigate that stress for you, right? Okay, so that you had direct access to me for an hour. You had, you could ask me any question that you wanted. You could have come to my office hour, right? So I have to admit, a little disappointed in what we got. Okay, this is not up to par. And I think you guys know that, right? Do we recognize that? So why don't you guys tell me in the few minutes that we have left what happened? Talk to me, either come off mute or in the chat. Talk to me about what happened.
I think some people were probably confused and probably thought that we would have like till 11:59 to like turn it in. Like, I mean, I know we do, but like, I mean, like, it wouldn't be presented or anything.
Okay, all right. So
that's probably what a lot of people were thinking. Especially my good friend Barrett Uterick.
Okay.
Nah, cause
So,
it's like, oh wait, go ahead.
no, go ahead, Kyler.
Oh, cause it's like for some reason I couldn't type on the doc. Like I tried to like
You didn't
yesterday,
have
and I tried
editing
to,
privileges?
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why, but
Okay. Yeah,
I
my
think I was.
idea, go ahead. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I think I was added. I think it was just. I think it was just tripping. I don't know what happened.
Okay. All right. And Isaac says we didn't exactly put a lot of time in it. Okay. So my purpose of making it due after you present it was that then you could take the feedback, right? So I say like, hey, you know, this has got too much text on this one slide. Can we divide it up, right? And so you do that, you edit it, you divide it up, and you know, you do the edits that you need to do, and then you get a better grade, right? That's the idea behind it. Now, I did have it in Schoology on the schedule, right? If you look at this week, it says, actually, I'm supposed to be doing early American theater in addition to this today. So maybe that is my mistake. But, you know, like I said, I've really tried to be conscientious about giving you time in class to work on it because I know that you've got so much going on. Okay. So those of you who can make edits to what you were supposed to do by midnight, please do so. Those of you who cannot, contact me for an alternative assignment. You're only going to have about a week to do it in order to get it done before the first report card or progress report. But if you didn't do anything on this assignment, I would suggest that you get an alternative assignment that you can like get a 70 on at least to replace a 50. Okay. Anything else? Like any other like information about, you know, like as you're self-assessing what you should have done. So if you need the alternate assignment, it's going to be to write a summary of the play that you were assigned. And I need you to include the stasis, the initiating event, the crisis, the major climax, and the new stasis.
Wait, the project isn't due to 11:59 today, right? We still have.
That's what I'm saying, Evelyn. Exactly. So if you feel like you can edit what you were supposed to do and get that project together by midnight tonight, do it. If you can't, you've actually got a more difficult task and you have a week to do it, but you'll at least be able to get a 70 rather than a 50. Okay.
I'm sorry, it's because I feel like all our projects piled up on the same week and we have testing for almost every class. And I've just been kind of stressed, but we'll get it done for sure.
Well, I understand that. And that's why I said, like, I gave you guys an hour in class because I know that you do have all of that going on, right? So that you could say, okay, you're going to do this and you're going to do this and you're going to do this and you're going to do this. And then let's say the people who are doing the reviews, well, they can go start doing research. And the people who are, you know, looking up different productions, they can go start doing research. And the people who are doing the summary can either start watching it or reading the play in that hour so that you have like that whole chunk of time, right? Because we do have a calendar, and I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but we do have a calendar where everybody who's in like the 10th grade sort of puts down, this is when I'm going to have a project that's due, right? And we're not allowed to have more than a certain number on any particular day or over the course of a week. Unfortunately, with this being a really, really short quarter, right? everything, and I see it on here, everything did just get like, poof, right? Like that's kind of how it was. All right. So I just wanted to, you know, have a conversation. And I know that yeah. And for those of you who did do work, that's why I want you to put on your slide who did what. So you can get the credit you deserve. The whole group's not going to get the same grade. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's all from me today. We'll talk on Thursday. We need to go over early American theater. So that'll be a good time. And please turn these in by midnight. If you want to do the alternative assignment, you're welcome to. All right. Thank you guys. And I'll see you on Thursday. Okay. So have a good lunch, get some food. You too, Kennedy. Get some food. Go outside. And if you need to come to my office hour, please do. Oh, Sean. So can I help either of you? I know Sean and I are talking. Zachary, are you okay? Yeah, Sean, if I were you, what I would do is just the slides that you worked on, submit those separately tonight. And if you can't or don't want to do that, then you can do the alternative assignment, okay? They had a Google Doc. So if you didn't have access to their Google Doc, just submit your slides to me. Will that work for you? Yeah, okay. So yeah, you just submit your slides and that way I can just grade you based on that, okay? Okay, you're welcome. You are very welcome. Zachary, I don't want you to feel like that. Bye, Sean. You still have time to do that part of the project. If you want to come into my office hour, you know, today, we can work on it, or, you your section was to do productions. You can look up some productions of it and get some cool. Okay, fine. Then that's okay. Then finish it, right? Finish it and just submit your slides by midnight tonight. Okay? You don't have to put it in with everybody else's if you don't want to. Okay? You can just submit yours. All right? You're not dumb. I don't want you to think about that. I know you've got a lot that's going on. Okay? It's just it's hard to keep everything organized. And I think that that's one thing that, maybe getting a planner or putting it in your phone or something might help, right? I mean, I have my planner. I don't know if I've ever shown it to you guys. I put everything in here, like every single day, all the important stuff I've got to do. And if I didn't have it, I would never know what I was doing, okay? So it's going to be okay, all right? And you've got, 10 hours to fix it, okay? You're welcome, okay? If you need any help, you let me know, okay? Shoot me an email. Okay, you're welcome. Go eat some lunch.